That was a total jumbled mess of a transmission. I didn't hear anything out of that. I don't know what it was. K8VKA, Josh, how you doing tonight there, buddy? Hey, man, I just put you on the list again. I got to delete that row. What's up, man? You ready to rock and roll and play some radio tonight?
Absolutely, Nick. Looking forward to it. I actually, beforehand here, I was just on 10 meters for one of the first times. I made a speaker wire antenna and was testing out with some local guys. Seems like my janky setup, zip tied to a couple of PVC poles strapped to our balcony works, so that's good. I'm going to run the local club net tomorrow. It's kind of small. There's probably only going to be about 4 check-ins, but looking forward to that. That'll be fun to get on HF there. So looking forward to tonight too. I'm excited to have a trivia question ready. I got one ready to go. I'm looking forward to it. K8VK.
All right there, buddy. Well, nothing wrong with a janky antenna as long as it does what it does. Nobody knows what it looks like when they're listening on the other end. So there. All right, man. Good to have you on board. I'll be giving you a holler there with the Mickey Mouse roll call, so you get in on that fun. So that's something to look forward to, too. You got anything else for us before we start the show here?
W8WKY.
Nope. I'm gonna head upstairs here and get all set. So looking forward to it. K8BK, back to you, and I'll say 7-3 still the net.
All right there, buddy. We're watching for you on a net logger. And gonna clear with K8BKA. And I see somebody else in there I haven't talked to yet since he's been back in town. KG4SCK. Mark, are you out there listening, or are you just logged in on that logger?
Good evening, Nick. I just got my headset cables unwrapped just in the nick of time to talk to you. Looking forward to tonight, and howdy. Good to be back.
Good to have you back, my friend. I wonder how much your ears were burning while you were away. We went to lunch without you. We went to dinner without you. I got a whole pile of safety officer goodies. Gaffer's tape is being delivered tomorrow. I got us some yellow to match the T-shirts, and then I got a couple rolls of black for the real work. But yeah, that's what's going on, man. How are things? How are things at home, and how are things back here in Ohio?
KG4SCK. Things are wonderful at home now that I've left. Everything's battened up and taken care of. And everything's terrific in Ohio. I can finally get some rest. So, yeah, I'm very curious about field day. I've never been to one, so very curious about the facility, the setup, and what I'm about to be exposed to and getting into. So very curious. Enlighten me this weekend. Thank you, sir. KG4SCK.
You're going to have a blast. It's going to be a whole ton of fun. You're going to get to meet a whole bunch of people you've only ever heard on the radio. You're going to stay up all night like you're a teenager, and then you're going to hurt for about 3 or 4 days, so you better catch up on some sleep now. Bank some of that sleep right now, because you're going to need it. It's going to be a good time, Mark. We'll have fun. So, what we got? It's 1:24 Zulu. We got a little over 5 minutes before the girl announces the beacon net. So I'm going to step off for a few minutes, and everyone just get ready to start the show there. And I will be back, KD8SLG, on the side for a few. That was me. Foot pedal. This is KD8SLG returning. Tonight's alternate question is, what adult beverage is Nick drinking tonight? Pepto-Bismol, Mylanta, Ensure, or Boost? Let's see. KD4SCK, I took the liberty of adding you. K5CFY, you are in your normal slot number 10. And WB8CXO, Mike, I got you on the list. We've got about a minute and 45 seconds until the girl does the announcement. And I'm not going to continue blathering on for all of that. I'm going to crack open my true adult beverage here, a Mountain Dew Zero. And we'll wait for the girl, and then we'll get the party started. KD8SLG.
My question is, what is Colonel Cornwaldo Bean's stomach relief beverage of choice? AB8MO.
That would be Jack Daniel's whiskey, of course. W3ATB.
Ooh, I like that answer. I have to go with that one. AB8MO on the side.
I believe in Colonel Cornwaldo Bean's day they called it a bromide, but I'm going to have to check on the authenticity of that. KD8SLG.
Yes, having been back then a powder that you could pour into water, and or it later became sort of a round that you drop into water, and it was called Alka-Seltzer. But I do believe you were right there, Nick. It could have been bromide. Bromide. Well, anyway, W3ATV, back to the group.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
Eddie, you stepped on the girl. You get 20 minutes in the corner on the blue screen. QST. Welcome to the Beacon Net pre-show. We'll be lighting up the nighttime airwaves right here on the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. We are sponsored by the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. We meet here every Wednesday and Sunday night at 10 p.m. Early check-ins at 9:30. This is a controlled net, and we ask that all traffic pass through net control. Your net control operator this evening is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf, KD8SLG. My personal is Nick, November India Charlie Kilo, just Nick. I'm only here for the pre-show. Dustin, KD8EPC, takes over at the top of the hour. As is tradition, here on the Beacon Net, let's check in with the Beacon Net crew, the ever-expanding Beacon Net crew tonight. KD8EPC, are you out there?
W8WKY.
KD8SLG, this is KD8EPC. Well, they only have to deal with you for half an hour tonight, but they have to deal with you for the big show on Sunday night. So there you go. KD8EPC is here. I have to get a beverage and run down the hall, and I'll be ready come net time. KD8EPC back to pre-net control.
KD8EPC, KD8SLG. You sound fine there, Dustin. Absolutely marvelous. And Dustin was alluding to the fact that Nick's taking off Sunday night, Nick at Night. He's up next, by the way. We'll see if he makes me wait for him tonight. But Dustin and I are going to switch roles there on Sunday night. He's going to do the pre-show, and I am going to do the really big show. So that should be exciting and fun. KE8QKO, speak of the devil. Nick, are you out there tonight? I told you he was going to do it. KE8QKO, are you out there, Nick? All right, I see how it is. AB8MO. AB8MO, Andy, I know you're out there. What's going on tonight, Andy? Let's hear how you're sounding.
I thought I'd pull a Nick at night on you. Hi, AB8MO. Boy, I thought I was going to get demoted here with not running the net Sunday and I don't know, whatever. It's good to hear KE8, let's see, very kindled alien. Nah, I don't know. I'm still trying to come up with something for Josh. He's got trivia. I had a long day, fun day at Cedar Point, and I guess I'll expand upon that, maybe. But if you were on the food net, you heard all about it. I actually checked in on RF because I just so happened to be in Lorraine when the net was going on, at least the tail end of it. I kind of forgot about it until I hit Lorraine, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in Lorraine, the food net is on, I guess I should tune there. So I did. KD8SLG, I'm half asleep. This is AB8MO. You know what that means? On transmissions.
AB8MO. KD8SLG. Yeah, I got the bingo card this afternoon when you were checking in from Cedar Point. I heard everything except the barnyard animals behind you there. And yeah, I heard you checking into the food net. That's when I turned the volume down. Seriously, I did, because I was getting called out on the W8WKY. It wasn't because of you. But good to hear you out there tonight, Andy. Let's see if Mike's here from the Worcester net yet. KE8QWE. Mike, you out there? Nope, he's checking in with the sister club there. Ah, KE8VKA. I got something for VKA. Victor, Kilo, Alpha. How's that for original? Josh. I almost called you Eric because I just saw him in the blue screen. How you doing tonight, man? Let's see how you sound on Echolink again.
SLG, KE8VKA. I got some. That's typically what I go with. Victor Kilo Alpha. I don't know about that one there, Andy. We'll have to keep on working on it. Well, we'll come up with something. Let's see. I'm just sitting here trying to get my laptop to boot up and get onto NetLogger. So I'm going to do that and grab a beverage as well and stick around for the net. So looking forward to it, and hopefully I'm sounding all right. This is KE8VKA, back to KD8SLG.
All right there, Josh, and if you're wondering what the FNG on NetLogger means, that's for frickin' new guy. That's you tonight. All right, we'll give Nick one more chance, and then we'll get this party started. KE8QKO, you out there, Nick?
KD8SLG, KE8QKO, yes sir, I just got on here. Cleaning some chicken eggs, washing them, and realized it was after 9:30 and got on here. But, I thought FNG stood for something different, but, I guess maybe you know more than I do. Anyway, with that, sir, I'll pass it back to you, KE8QKO.
Yeah, Nick, I'll text you what it really means, but, this is a family radio program, and I would like to retain my license as long as humanly possible. Okay, before we get the party started, bromide. A compound of bromine with another element or group, especially a salt, containing the anion Br-, or an organic compound with bromine bonded to an acyl radical, or a trite and unoriginal idea or remark, typically intended to soothe or placate. So, a bromide will soothe or placate your stomach, and is also a trite and unoriginal idea. Oh, my. All right. Well, that's our vocabulary word for the evening. This is KD8SLG. This is the Beacon Net, and I am going to take check-ins in just a minute after I read off the list of people I've already got so they don't step over each other again. KA0KDW. Brad was in and out from Missouri. He's going to bed. W3ETB is in there. KG4SCK Mark. K5CFY Ray. WB8CXO Mike. K8TQR Keith. KE8VZA Eric, and KE8QFT Fred. I'm KD8SLG. Let's take some check-ins. I'm listening.
Whiskey Bravo 4, Alpha Indian Zulu.
Kilo Charlie
Whiskey
5,
America 4, Whiskey Family America, the All-Star.
Shannon in Tulsa.
All right. I got three real quick there. WB4AIZ, Chuck in Florida, KC5RBG, Shannon out there in Tulsa, and WA4WGA, Ray in Talmadge. Real quick, WB4AIZ, Chuck, are you just checking in and out, or are you actually going to stay up with us for a little while tonight?
I'm home stretch. I'm not going to stick around, so I'm out and in, or in and out before I leave. Have fun.
All right, buddy, you have a good night. Sleep well. Going to clear WB4AIZ. And let's do another round of check-ins, and then we'll talk to who we got. This is KD8SLG. I'm listening.
KC3QND, Jeannie here.
W2JLS, John in Fairlawn.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Nick, I am here.
All right, we added a couple more there. KC3QND, W2JLS, and Mike, I almost typed you in there. I was just on autopilot again there. All right, let's say hi to Mike there since we missed him during the Mickey Mouse roll call. KE8QWE, Mike, how was the Worcester Club net?
W8WKY.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Oh, it was fine. It was about the same as always. It's just a nice net. So, in any event, I'm here, and of course, Nick, you sound fantastic. I'm sure I sound like me. So, this is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KD8SLG.
You do sound fantastic, Mike. You sound more awake than usual. If your ears are burning this morning, it's because I was talking about you with somebody. We'll talk about that later. All good, I promise you. All right, let's see who's sticking around, who isn't. W3ETB, Eddie on Echo Link. You going to stick around for Josh's trivia question tonight?
Of course, Nick. Yeah, I'll be there. I want to hear that trivia. I want to hear. Oh, well, go back and drink some more of the moonshine. Anyway, I'll be listening for the trivia question and filling up the blue screen filling in from Alan, and it almost sounds like I've had too much whiskey already, you know. Anyway, back to that. W3ETB.
W3ETB, K8SLG. Too much whiskey, please, Eddie. Thanks for sticking around. Going to clear W3ETB, KG4SCK. Mark, what's going on, buddy? You going to stick around for the really big shoe?
You talking to me, Nick? KG4SCK?
No, I'm talking to one of the other 5 Marks we've got on the air. KG4SCK. Mark, you sticking around for the really big show tonight?
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry, Nick. I got lost in the blue screen and the shots of whiskey and moonshine and stand-back powders and all that stuff. But I'm here, Nick. I'm here for you. Yes, sir. KG4SCK. Back over to Freenet.
KG4SCK. Couldn't resist, man, after last night's escapade there in the club net. I need some headache powders now. Thanks for being here there, Mark. Got you sticking around. Let's jump out to Tulsa, see what's going on with Ray. K5CFY. You had a heck of a net there this afternoon, Ray. You did more than Dustin. You sticking around for trivia tonight?
K8SLG, this is K5CFY. Yes, I definitely am going to hang around and see how the new trivia guy works out. And see if we're going to fire Andy. I was going to tell him if he wants to come over to the border breaker running it, let me know. I'd be glad to slide him in there somewhere. Thanks, Nick, for doing the pre-show. Always enjoy talking to you. And I'll be looking forward to Sunday night. Catch you later, K5CFY.
K5CFY, K8SLG. Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure I hit the liquor store between now and Sunday night, too. And, Jeff, WX5WDG there was hitting me up about pulling some shifts on the BBN on the D-Star net Sunday night. So, maybe we can twist Andy's arm. We should give it a shot. Thanks for being here, Ray. Going to clear with K5CFY. Let's see what Michael's up to. WB8CXO. He's sticking around for the really big show tonight, Mike. Drones sound fun. All right. Have at it there, Mike. Thanks for being here and for streaming us as you usually do. Do appreciate it. WBX, CXO, K8SLG. This is the BeaconNet pre-show. Next up, we got Keith. I don't think I talked to you yet today, Keith. KE8TQR. How you doing tonight, and are you sticking around for trivia?
KD8SLG, KE8TQR. I'm doing just fine tonight, Nick. You're sounding really good there on the pre-net. It's good to hear everybody. Yeah, I'll be sticking around for the trivia and the show. So put me down as staying here. And KD8SLG, this is KE8TQR. Back to you in pre-net, Nick.
Good to hear you there, Keith. I picked up the mantle today and was answering all the calls this afternoon on the W8WKY. Going to clear at K8TQR. And next we got Eric, the other V guy. K8VZA. Eric, I heard you earlier tonight. How you doing there, buddy? You sticking around for trivia?
KD8SLG, this is KE8VZA. Good to hear you again, Nick. It was nice to hear Andy on the Food Net earlier as well. What else here? FNG Reminds me of that term Jaffo from the movie Blue Thunder that they called the new guy. Just another, and I'll let you can figure out what the F stands for, and the O was observer. But they had the guy going round and round in circles of what the true meaning was, and they built it up of the meaning up of great importance, which it was. But yes, I'm sticking around for the whole meeting. I digress. And back to you, Nick, KEAVZA.
KEAVZA, KDSLG. I did just want to confirm to you, Eric, that there was a big red truck sighting up there in Elyria over the weekend. I don't go anywhere on the weekends unless it's in the big red truck. And Jawo is what we used to use in the restaurants. Jawo. That's just ain't working out. Gonna clear with KAVZA. I got you sticking around. KAQFT, Uncle Fred. Have you been watching basketball there, Uncle Fred?
No, I haven't been following the NBA finals. Right now I'm watching the Sea Guards. I believe they just won. I turned my head away. They were winning. They were beating the Bostonians 5-2, and I think they held on to win. The Sea Guards, that's mine. That's my thing there. Cleveland Guardians. I just call them the Sea Guards. I'm gonna see if it catches on. Anyhow, I'll be here. KE8QFT. Back to the pre-net.
KEAQFT, KDSLG. Wouldn't surprise me if they just started changing all the names to something utterly meaningless. KEAQFT, I got you sticking around. Let's go out to Tulsa again. And KC5RBG Shannon, he's sticking around for trivia tonight.
Hey, just Nick, KC5RBG. I do believe me and Kenyon will be hanging around for the big show. We had a pretty good day today. Went and had lunch with Rimmel. And other than that, just enjoying the day, playing around and having a good time. Because that's what we do. We have a good time when we're together. But yeah, I'll be hanging around. KC5, real big guns. Back to net control.
Real quick, Shannon, did you and Kenyon finish your aerial tour of Switzerland this afternoon?
We did. We flew around Switzerland, and then he wanted me to fly over the McDonald's we go to here in Tulsa, so I actually picked a jet that was a little bit fast, and I flew really low over the McDonald's, but he couldn't quite grasp where it was at, so I went ahead and just nosedived the plane down on the ground close to the McDonald's and showed him where it was at. But you could actually see the McDonald's there, right next to the Quick Trip, and flew over that too. Back to net control.
Okay, Shannon, got you sticking around. KC5RBG. Next up, we got Ray and Talmadge. Looks like you found us there, Ray. WA4WDJA. Ray, are you staying up to play trivia with us tonight?
WA4WGA returning firm on the trivia, sir. Couple of things. This problem I'm having with this clear node, I'm going to have to go into the settings and deep dark settings and change one of the values on the receiver timeout because it's dropping the radio shorter than it should be. That and CXO, I've been looking all over the place for you. And, Nick, I want to talk to you on a local machine at some point. Other than that, just standing by for the big, really big show, as Ed Sullivan would say. WA4WGA.
All right there, Ray. Don't dig too deep into those settings in the clear node. Or maybe be some other solution. But we'll talk again. I got you sticking around for the really big shoe. Good to hear you, Ray. Next up, we got Jenny. Jenny? I mean Jeannie. Oh, Jeannie, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? KC3QND, KDSLG. Are you staying up with us tonight, Jeannie, or are you just popping in to say hi?
KC3QND. Oh, I think I'm going to hang around for a while. If I'm still up and at it, I'll come back. But if I don't answer you, you know I fell asleep. But it was awful good having you guys on the Food Net tonight. I really appreciated it. And anybody else wants to join us on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock on 146 700, they're all welcome. It's just me or Elaine is net control, so we'd be glad to have you. So with that, I'll be around for a little while longer. KC3QND, you're doing a great job, Nick. Glad to have you. So, talk to you later.
KC3QND, KD8SLG. We'll give you a holler later there, Jeannie, and if you're awake, you answer. If you're not, don't worry about it. And next time you talk to Elaine, end your transmission with her with QSL. And if she doesn't start giggling, just keep doing QSL. It'll eventually sink in. A little private joke there. It was fun on your net tonight, by the way, Jeannie. Thanks for having us. Going to clear with KC3QND. John, you're up next. I just want to say before I talk to you that I did add WA8KOC, KG5SYC, and KF5ADE there during this little prelude here. W2JLS. John, a long time no here. Are you going to stick around for trivia tonight?
KD8SLG, count me in, Nick. I think I'm in there. It's 9:54. You've got a long list brewing, but I think I'm up to the task of hanging in there. I was going to follow up on your bromide. Potassium bromide is apparently what they were using, and they were using it as a sedative and an excuse to treat all sorts of things that it didn't necessarily work for. But one of the names that it had as a brand name was Bromo Seltzer. Kind of sounds a little familiar. I think they probably figured at some point that alkali materials work better to neutralize stomach acid and moved away from bromine. But and bromine itself derives from the Greek word bromos, which means stench, foul, smell, nasty. Anyway, count me in, buddy. W2JLS, back to you, Nick.
Oh man, okay, I've heard bromo seltzer in old movies, and the whole stench connection there. I'm still laughing. There's tears running down my cheek. Actually, this is the most fascinating net in the world. W2JLS, I'm glad to have you sticking around tonight. Let's check in with Fred there. Fred, WA8KOC, NCO for the Barometer Net on Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. Good evening, Fred. How you doing? Are you just stopping by? You going to stick around tonight?
Well, good evening to you, Just Nick. Always great to hear from you. Sorry I didn't get a chance to break into the Boredom Breakers Net this afternoon. It was a little bit of hell today, but that's okay. That's okay. We're alive. We're coming out on the other end. Sorry to say that I will not be able to stick around for the entire net. I will miss it, but I'll be back Sunday, and hopefully be able to stick around for the whole show that time. Bromine. Be careful. Metallurgically, we use bromine as one of the reagents to test for nickel after electroplating copper and lead. out of a nitric acid solution. And bromine, nasty stuff. Saturated bromine, about an inch worth of bromine in water. And boy, if you break that bell jar, reagent jar, when they didn't make them plastic lined, you get the heck out of Dodge, and you don't go back for hours, because if you breathe the stuff and you try and talk, it'll break your vocal cords. A little bit of interesting trivia there for bromine, but obviously much more concentrated than what we use to settle our stomachs. At any rate, you settle your stomach, settle in for the big show. You and Dustin and all the rest of the crew here do a fabulous job. I might mention Andy as well. Got to talk to him this morning on the barometer net, which was kind of nice. Anyway, take good care of yourself. We'll say 7-3. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you again soon. Always a pleasure. Just Nick. KD8 SLG for the prenet. WA8 KOC. Good evening to Sandy and Nick coming up behind me. 7-3. WA8 KOC.
WAA KOC, thanks for stopping by. Good to have you in here. And Sunday night should be exciting. Dustin's going to warm up the crowd, and I've got the really big show. So looking forward to that for sure. Going to clear with WAA KOC. Let's go out to Cibolo, Texas. We got KG5SYC and KF5ADE on the list here. Well, good evening, Nick and Sandy. Whichever one of you wants to pick up, have at it.
This is KG5SYC, and we're doing good. I think we'll be able to stick around. We don't have the 20-month-old little guy with us. He's back home with mom and dad and baby brother, learning how to adapt to not being the only child in the house. So we'll see how that is all working. We go over to watch him while mom and daddy take baby Luke to the doctor to get a checkup to make sure he's all healthy. So we'll get to see John tomorrow and watch him a little bit. But we still got the grand pup, which is nice, and he's definitely a lot of entertainment, let's say. So, and as far as us, we'll be sticking around for the big show. I don't know if Nickelodeon has it to add or not, but this is KG5SYC, and I think Nick does want to say hello.
KG5SYC, I got you sticking around. KF5ADE, go ahead, Nick.
Good evening, the net. This is KF5ADE, and just one of many Nicks that are out there. So we've had a pretty good day getting ready for a radio, what do they call it? Radio Hamfest. There we go. And it's called Radio Fiesta down here in Texas, here in San Antonio. But if you're in sure, it's real close to next door to us here in Cibolo. And so we're getting ready for that. So I'm going to be here for the show. We'll talk more about that, what's going on. So let's get on to the next person. Good evening, Nick. KF5AD, back to next.
KF5ADE and the Ham Fiesta. I'm looking forward to a ham siesta. Nick, good to have you on board. It's past the top of the hour. KC8FQV, Mark, I've got you on the list, so please don't step on the Passover here. It's time for Dustin to take over. KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. It's time for you to light up the nighttime airwaves, Dustin. Take it away.
All right, thank you, Nick. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD8EPC, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater, All-Star Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control, and all stations are welcome to check in. We'll take multiple rounds of check-ins, so if you don't get in the first time, just hang around and we'll try to get back to you shortly. We're linked in with our friends in Oklahoma that do drop in and various other repeaters throughout the country, so we ask you to key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you have to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard. Stations waiting to check into the Beacon Net that haven't already checked into the pre-show. Please say your call phonetically, followed by alphabetically, and your name and location.
Victor Echo 3, India 5, Victor Echo 3, Victor Echo 3, 3WVJ. It's Bill from Sudbury, Ontario.
November 8, Zulu Foxtrot, Pat in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, mobile.
Kilo India 5, Delta Alpha Yankee, KI5GAY, Echo Link, American Airlines, Tulsa.
All right, let me hold it up right there for a second, folks. Let me catch a break here, let everything reset. All right, I picked up KD2HCE in and out. I have a VE3 station. That VE3 station, would you come back?
Victor Echo 3, Whiskey Victor Juliet, VE3WVJ.
All right, we got you that time. Thank you so much. And then I got a N8ZZF. Patrick is mobile, and I have KI5DAY, also mobile there at American Airlines. There may have been another station there. Did I miss anybody?
AK6UOC for a recheck. Hello again, everybody.
Would you come back one more time with your call there, a little bit slower and phonetically, please? I didn't catch it.
No problem. Sorry about that. Kilo 6, Uniform Lima Charlie. ULC for a recheck. Thanks, guys.
Victor Echo 3, Romeo Sierra, India, Bob in Sarnia, Ontario. QSL?
All right, that was the one I'm looking for there. I got KK6ULC, Michael, and I got to let my logger update here for VE3RSI, Robert. Thanks for joining us. All right, we've got a pretty good list there, so before we start this thing tonight, we're going to go up and get our trivia from our new trivia apprentice there, K8VKA. Josh, good evening. What do you have for us?
K8VKA here. Good evening, Dustin. Good evening to everybody on the net. This is Josh, Kilo Echo 8, Victor Kilo Alpha. I have your trivia question this evening. I appreciate that you may know the answer, but please try to avoid spoiling the answer for others. This question was inspired by the special event that took place this past weekend, Museum Ships on the Air. In July of 1945, the U.S. Navy submarine, USS Cod, conducted the only international submarine-to-submarine rescue in history. What was the affiliation of the rescued sub? Your options are Alpha, the Imperial Japanese Navy; Bravo, the German Kriegsmarine; Charlie, the Royal Netherlands Navy; Delta, the Finnish Navy. I'll repeat that real quick. In July of 1945, the U.S. Navy submarine USS Cod conducted the only national sub-to-sub rescue in history. What was the affiliation of the rescued sub? The Imperial Japanese Navy, A. B, the German Kriegsmarine, that's B. Charlie, the Royal Netherlands Navy, C. Or D, the Finnish Navy. KE8 VKA, back to net.
All right, thank you for the wonderful trivia question there, Josh. We certainly do appreciate it, and if you would, please post it up there in the blue screen for all to see. And I'm going to have to think about that, so I'll get back to you. But we've got a couple of mobile stations here, so we've got to get to them real quick. And we're going to start with N8ZZF. Patrick, how are you?
Well, good evening, everybody. On the Dewdrop in, and I'm stationary at the moment here in Pleasant, Michigan, and I'm from Houghton Lake, Michigan. It's about 55 miles to the north of us here. Anyway, I'm going to say on the selection would be C. Selection would be C for that for the trivia question. So now I'll give it back to net control. This is N8ZZF in Houghton, in Mount Pleasant, mobile.
All right there. Well, we got you down for answer C tonight, and thanks so much for joining us here on the Beacon Net. We certainly do appreciate it, my friend. So come back and see us. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9:30 for early check-ins. So we'll say 73, and we'll catch you on down the log. Let's go over now to KI5DAY all day long over at American Airlines. How are you, Alan?
KI5DAY, yes, all day long and all evening long. Out here in the heat of American Airlines in the hangar. Boy, is Oklahoma hot right now. Oh, my goodness, man. It's crazy. I haven't even got heartburn to kick everything else off. I went down to that place in Westville, Oklahoma that has those that haunted chicken house, and unfortunately I bought that place is so haunted the chickens lay deviled eggs. I bought a dozen of those deviled eggs. Now I got heartburn. Hi. Anyway, just sitting here enjoying the nice warm evening in the aircraft hangar and all the luxury accommodations we have here at American Airlines in the hot hangar, and just hanging out. But what was I going to say? Can't think of much else, but it's good to be able to check in when I can on Echolink here on my last break of the night. Hope everybody's doing well, and I guess, pardon the pun, but I am going to finish with my answer to the trivia, which would be D, the Finnish Navy. KI5DAY all day long. Back to net. Have a good one.
All right there, Alan. Well, thanks so much for joining us, my friend. We certainly do appreciate it, and I hope you don't work too hard. It's a cool, comfortable 61 degrees and clear, according to my little weather widget here on the bottom of the computer screen, so not bad at all. I may even have to go sit outside for a little bit after the net. So 73, my friend, have a great night, and it's great to hear you. Let's see. I think that's all of our short times, so we're going to go back to the top of the list now, and we're going to start with our good friend Eddie, W3ETV. Twice in one day. How are you, Eddie?
W8WKY.
I got to move my cursor down to the Echolink window. Otherwise, I won't be able to say anything. So anyway, we'll take it over for Alan, filling up the blue screen here with as much trivia and I guess stuff that I can here. Alan, if you are listening, I'm trying to do my best to keep up with you. So it's hard though. Anyway, Hey Dustin, how you doing? And then hi Nick, I know you're in the background there somewhere, listening. It's been very interesting in the blue screen tonight. We've been talking about a lot of different things. But anyway, back to the trivia so you can get on with everybody else that's on here. Trivia question, I'll go with number C, or letter C, for that Royal Netherlands Navy, I believe that's what it was. And that's going to be my answer for tonight. And I'll probably be asleep within a few minutes. So we'll We'll talk to you later, and hopefully Nick can give me the answer tomorrow. W3TV, back to net.
All right. Well, Eddie, it's great to hear you out there, and yeah, Nick will definitely give you the answer tomorrow. So we got you down for answer C. Great to hear you twice in one day, my friend, and you have yourself a great evening. Make sure you come back Sunday. Nick's going to be running the big show, and I'll have the pre-show, so something a little bit different. All right, next on my list, we're going to go over and talk to Mark, KG4SCK. How are you, my friend?
Hey, good evening, Dustin, and everyone on the net. Doing terrific. Glad to be back up here in Copley, Ohio, and it's nice weather, 59 degrees right now. The trivia question, I'm torn between C and D. So I'm going to copy Alan and go with Delta. Hey, KG4SCK, back to net control.
All right, well, great to hear you out there tonight, Mark, and we got you down for answer Delta. Might as well copy Alan, because you never know. Every now and again, he might get one. So thanks for joining us, my friend. We'll say 73, and we'll talk to you again there real soon. K5CFY, Mr. Ray, good evening.
KD8EPC, this is K5CFY, and good evening there, Mr. Dustin. Thanks for getting me in there. I'm going to go with C, Charlie, for my guess. And great net today on the Boredom Breaker. You and Mr. Nick did a wonderful job. Appreciate the Sarah Club and their hub being hooked up for 2 hours. I think between the two of us there, we had 75 check-ins in 2 hours, so we did pretty good. Catch you later, K5CFY.
All right, K5CFY. Well, we were glad to have you today, and pretty good numbers, so I'd say we both did pretty well. I think you even did better than me, so good job on that, and it's a fun time. It was nice to listen into the second hour while I was kind of dozing off there, so we'll say 73 to you for now, my friend. Thanks again for joining us, and thanks for everything you do, and for everybody who doesn't know, Ray is one of the wonderful net controllers for the Boredom Breaker net every day at noon Central Time, and that's on All-Star Node 49562 and Echolink N5 XQK-R. They switch net controls at the top of the hour, and they welcome rechecks, so stop by any time. With that, 73 Ray, have a great evening. Now we're going to go down and talk to Mike, WB8CXO. How are you? All right, well, Mike, it's great to hear you out there, my friend, and it sounds like you had some fun flying the drones there today. Before you go, did you have an answer for our trivia? Did I miss that? All right, very good there, Mike. Well, we got you down for D as in Dustin, and good luck getting that repeater working. I may have a programming cable for that if you don't. I'll check. I have a handful of Motorola programming cables because I'm a glutton for punishment, and I love commercial radios. So there you go. 73 for now, my friend. Great to hear you, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's go talk to Keith now. KE8TQR, good evening.
KD8EPC, KE8TQR. Good evening, Dustin. Good to talk to you again today, and good to hear everybody on the net tonight. And with that, trivia question. I'm going to get to that first because I know I forget. I'm going to go with C for Charlie. That's my answer. Good day today. It was a beautiful day outside here in northeast Ohio. Temperatures weren't real hot. It's going to get a little chilly tonight, but that's all right. Leave the windows cracked open a little bit. Good sleeping weather. And with that, I guess, Dustin, I'll send it back to you. Oh, I did have a question. If you can give me the answer. Is the afternoon net on Wednesday going to be 1 hour or 2 hours from now on, or was today just a special net? Back to you, Dustin. KE8TQR.
All right there, Keith. Well, we got you down for C, and it's great to hear you twice in one day. I think it's going to be 2 hours every Wednesday now. Let me confirm that. KD8SLG, just Nick. Go ahead.
KD8EBC, KE8TQR, KD8SLG. Oh, ABCDEFG. Yeah. For the foreseeable future, I'm gonna link it up for the 2 hours as long as I'm around to disconnect it afterwards. We are trying to work some way into getting a few more days, not necessarily on the W8WKY, but we're trying to get the 275 set up to work with analog as well, in which case we may shift a few more days over to that one and run some more of the boredom breaker net throughout the week. For now, both hours on Wednesday to answer the question. I was long-winded. KD8SLG, back to net control.
Thank you, Nick. Really appreciate that, buddy. And Keith, thanks again for joining us. And great to hear you, my friend. We'll say 73 to you, and we got you down for answer C. So next on my list, we're going to go talk to Eric. KE8VZA, good evening.
KE8EPC in the group. This is KE8VZA. Good evening to you, Dustin. Good evening, everyone. Everything here is going pretty well. Recovering from the flu. Wasn't too bad. Just trying to get my energy back. Been getting some work done around the house nonetheless. Cutting grass and working on opening the pool, or as I like to call it, the plywood pond. It's kind of like the pool the Beverly Hillbillies had before they moved to California and got the concrete pond, or cement pond. But anyway, it's a good way to cool down on a hot day, so we're going to get it ready. Trivia question, good one there, Josh. I'm going to go with answer C for Colonel Cornwaldo bean. I'm going to kind of buck the trend here. Anyway, that's about all I have. Good hearing everybody tonight. This is KE8VZA. Back to you, Justin. Or Dustin. Sorry, Dustin. Dustin.
W8WKY.
All right, and there goes that W8WKY guy. This is KD8EPC and KE8VZA. Eric, thanks so much for joining us tonight, and we've got you down for answer C there for Colonel Cornwaldo bean. So we'll say 73 to you, my friend. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you there down the logs. KE8QFT, Uncle Fred, take it away.
Hello, everybody on the net. Hello there, Nick and Dustin, the other friends, everybody else. I think the answer is C, trivia. Charlie. Of course, the Cod, I believe, that USS Cod performed his rescue. That's in Cleveland. You can go up there and see it any time. Wildfires, Canadian wildfires are affecting the air. to a lesser extent here than along the eastern seaboard. Baseball games in Philadelphia and New York were postponed because of the actually smoke in the air coming down that far. You know, like New York, I can kind of understand, but Philadelphia, now that's a good ways from the Canadian border. Yeah, I can't imagine smoke getting down there that far, but I'm looking at pictures from New York City, and man, it's like a fog. It's like a fog. So good luck to those up there in Canada. I heard on the radio today on WTAM 1100, they're considering making the headquarters for the Space Force the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton. So, you know, the newest military service, the U.S. Space Force, may be headquartered right here in Ohio. So that would be neat. KE8 QFT back to net control.
All right there, Uncle Fred. Yeah, I saw some of those pictures from New York. Nick actually sent me a couple earlier, one of New York on a normal day and then today. And the smoke was so thick you couldn't see the skyline across the river there. It was wild. But yeah, I've been inside today. It was my day off, so I've been kind of kicking it back. And but it has been smoky here too. If you notice, the sun is different color than usual because of all the smoke and all the rays can't get through there. So yeah, best of luck all of them up there in New York, and hopefully it clears up there real soon. With that, we got you down for answer C. We'll say 73, and we'll catch you down the log. Now we're going to go talk to Shannon, KC5, Real Big Guns, and Mr. Kenyon there. How you doing?
Hello there, Dustin and Just Nick in the net, KC5, Real Big Guns. And today was a good day. We ended up going and having lunch with Rimmel, K6DOY, and his wife Jackie. And for the life of me, I can't remember her call sign, but it was a lot of fun. And then, of course, we came back here and just had more fun. And we've been just enjoying the day. It was pretty warm out there when we were out there, and I don't think it's cooled down much this evening, but I hadn't really looked either. I know it's nice and cool in the house. It's about 67 degrees or 66 degrees, something like that, and you know, that's the way I like it. Refrigerator cold. And you got someone that wants to say hi to you, so this is KC5RBG with third-party traffic. Mr. Kenyon.
Hi, Dustin.
And there's Mr. Kenyon. A big howdy. And my answer for the trivia question is going to be, of course, the great state of Oklahoma. And hope everyone's having a wonderful week. And we're at Hump Day, and all downhill from here. This weekend is going to be Kenyon's birthday. Sunday is actually his birthday. And Saturday we have the UBIDX build at our club meeting, which is going to be at Harvey Young Airport. And looking forward to that. So that's all the exciting things going on around here. This is Kilo Charlie 5, Real Big Guns, back to net control.
All right, KC5RBG. Well, Shannon, it's great to hear you out there tonight, and boy, a whole lot of information there. we're glad to hear that you and Kenyon are having fun there, and make sure you tell him happy birthday from us, and if he's here Sunday night, make sure you stop by for the pre-show and the big show so we can all say happy birthday then. Oh boy, there was something else I was going to say to you, but I don't remember what it was, so you enjoy that radio build, my friend. We got you down for the great state of Oklahoma, because that's never the wrong answer, and we'll say 73T and catch you down the log. Let's go over now to Ray, WA4WGA. Good evening. All right, one more time there, WA4WGA. Ray, are you still with us? All right, nothing heard. Let's go talk to Miss Jeannie. KC3QND, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Dustin, and everybody here on the net tonight. I'm doing pretty good. It's been a little chilly, and like you were saying, the air quality isn't all that good. But, hey, it's almost summer, maybe. Can't wait. It's been quite a quiet day here. Not much going on, just Mr. Wilson entertaining us. That's about all I have. In the trivia question, I have no idea, so I'm just going to say B. I didn't even catch, it was something about a ship. I don't know what it was, but I'll go with B anyway. So, back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Miss Jeannie. Well, it's great to hear you out there tonight, and we got you down for answer B. Make sure you give Mr. Wilson a scratch on the ears, and you got to get Pete in here sometime. We miss hearing him, so you make sure you tell him we said hello, too. So we got you down for answer B. We'll say 73T, and have a great evening. Next on my list is W2JLS, my good friend John. How are you?
KD8EPC. I'm fine, Dustin. Good evening on your ears, you and everyone else listening. And hello to Miss Jeannie. I'm sorry, I've not been on the radio a bunch. I'm sorry I missed the Food Net tonight. That's always a good time. Anyone that hasn't checked that out, they're available through the internet if you can't reach them with RF. I'm kind of in that boat myself. That's a fun net that they do on Wednesday nights on the Illyria repeater. Let's see, the trivia question. I want to say, Josh, that is some spectacular trivia, and I'm amazed at how many historians we have, and God bless you, Jeannie, for not having a good internet connection, apparently, to answer that. But yeah, that is a cool question for sure. It definitely, I would not have known that without the assistance of the internet. W8W. And, not wanting to answer a question I know the answer to, I won't, but I will say, back in 1945, that was maybe the first and only sub-to-sub rescue, but there have been some since, and kind of some neat history there as well if you go digging into it. But the one thing, as soon as that question was read, it made me think of the Kursk, when that Soviet or Russian sub went down, back in, I think it was like the early 2000s. That thing went down, and 118 guys died, and there were 2 or 3 countries that could have saved them, including the United States, and we offered assistance, and the Russians turned us down, which was a shame. Anyway, Dustin, thanks for having me in there tonight. This is W2JLS. Back to you, buddy.
All right, John. Well, it's great to hear you out there tonight, and thanks for not giving away the answer there. But, yeah, that's definitely, I watched a documentary about that sub not all that long ago, so interesting you brought that up. And, of great pictures too, my friend. So great to hear you. And we'll have to catch up one of these days. It's been quite a while. So we'll say 73 to you for now, John, and we'll catch you down the log. That brings me down now to Texas to KG5SYC. Miss Sandy, good evening.
This is KG5SYC, and good evening, Dustin and just Nick and Andy, and I know Fred said hello to me earlier, and I didn't say hello back to him, but hello to him, and happy birthday, Kenya, on Sunday, if we don't get to wish you a happy birthday then. But we're doing good. We went to a funeral today of a guy that was also a ham, and all that Nickelodeon trying to talk on that a little bit. But it's been a quiet day with no grandson. We go watch him tomorrow. And but we do have the grandpa, which is a nice thing. He's definitely entertaining. And I think I'm going to go with C for Civil O. So I'll let Nickelodeon expound a little bit more about the day and things that went on. So this is KG5SYC, back to net control.
All right, KG5SYC. Well, it's great to hear you out there, Miss Sandy, and I'm glad you got to have a day off from babysitting there. It was probably nice to get a little bit of rest. We got you down for C for Cibolo, and we'll talk to you again there real soon down the log. Let's go to KF5ADE, Nickelodeon. Good evening.
Good evening, Net, and this is KF5ADE. And yeah, we attended a service for a silent key. A wonderful guy. You guys kind of listen up a little bit. Alan is his name, and his call sign is Kilo India 5 Alpha Lima. Kilo India 5 Alpha Lima, and he was quite a brass pounder. He would occasionally do voice, but he was definitely learned code later on in life, and just became so enapt with wanting to better himself with it. And he's done a lot of internet contacts, but he also did a lot of in the States. So if you guys take a look at your call sign and see him in your logbooks for KI5AL, put him down as an SK and just say thank you very much, because he's gone on to be with the Lord, and we give thanks for that as well. And just think about his wife who has survived. And so with that, that's where we're at. And let's see, I've got a little bit of we've got a radio fiesta going on the 16th and 17th, but I'm going to be dragging a whole bunch of stuff from another SK that we had here in town. Some of I've gotten a hold of some of his old equipment, and I do mean his old equipment. I think he got rid of a lot of his good equipment early on, and what was left was just the dregs of his collection, and which is okay. I don't mind it. Some of those dregs get a lot of interesting stuff in there. Like I've got a national NCR 3 HF transceiver in the group. A couple pieces of Heathkit equipment that's out there, a Spectrum, it's kind of like a Spectrum analyzer, station monitor. Let's see, a couple other pieces that's really good. Somebody says pick 5 because I'm about ready to hit it. So give me a nickel. Let me grab a nickel here, KF5ADE. Sorry. Well, sorry this is taking so long for me. But that's what we're up to doing, and looking forward to getting this done. As things happen, we'll just keep going, and I hope I can get in here and get more active on the boredom breaker net, but it just seems like I get so busy in the daytime, I totally spaced things out because I'm trying to get things cleaned up and taken care of for that. Real quick, I just got a buzz. Something went on. All right, let me go ahead and let's just get back to net control. This is KFI-AD, back to net control.
All right, KF5ADE. Well, I'm very sorry about your silent key loss there. It's always hard to lose a good friend there, and definitely never fun. So at least you have the memories there, and that's always a good thing. And best of luck at the Ham Fiesta. It sounds like you're going to have a lot of good stuff there, and should be quite the good time. So you'll have to give us the update Sunday night, and I look forward to hearing it there. Nickelodeon, I don't think I got your trivia answer. You want to give it to me real quick again?
Yes, I would love to give my answer. My Air Force technical instructors always said, go with your first impression. It's generally the correct answer or correct decision. So I'm going to go with D as in Finland because I thought at first it was Russia. And probably because of Hunt for Red October or some sort of TV show. So you guys didn't have that option. So I went ahead and went with D as in Finland as being the recipients of the rescue. So there you go. That's the answer for Ed. Delta, KF5AD, back to net control.
All right there, Nick. Thanks again for joining us, my friend, and we got you down for answer D. You have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch you there down the log. KC8FQV, Mark, take it away.
Oh, I figure what to do. KCFQV. Well, dang it, laddie. Something ladder. Yeah, went to another doctor today. Yeah, these doctors are all on a furball on Monday. You know, everyone, Jim does, well, no, Jim's every day there. Yeah, they were all on a furball on Monday, and then the one called at 9 and said, well, was in the other office. Said, I'm going another day with you. But he did Tuesday. And over the weekend, I sort of forgot, but I remembered that I got the eye doctor. I went to them today. And early in the week, they scheduled, I created a pickup for the loop system to be closed back up. I want to get off this playing Russian roulette at night. Yeah, gambling at night because we don't have the sensor, so you just got to watch the numbers. Well, they've been doing decent. But there have been a few mornings I woke up at 52. It's low, but not low. I mean, it's low. We'd rather not be that low. And we thought, okay, we made it. But I want to say ladder reef or something. Yeah, ladder reef or whatever. I'm going to try that one, I think. And, tomorrow I go for training on the sensor, so we get that back on. But not going to be a loop system because they got to train me on the pump. They'll all get ironed out at the end. That's what they say. So I'll snap back to that. Yeah, well, I was, the car I thought was going to start growing weeds. I think it was going to become a weed. But we got a foam gun and we cleaned it tonight. Wondering how well I did. I'll send it back to the net, KCFQV.
All right there, Mark. Well, great to hear you out there, and you have yourself a great evening, my friend, and best of luck with your doctors there. All right, looks like we're going to go over to Canada now and talk to VE3WJ, or WVJ. Bill, how are you? All right, let's try one more time there. VE3WVJ. Bill, are you there?
Oh, sorry, my apologies. I didn't hear my call said there first. I had the radio just to the side of me here, but I heard it the second time. Thank you for taking the check in there, and I can't remember, but I've done a few nets there in the past couple hours there. So I was wondering what was the questions again? Is that the one about the submarine? VE3WVJ, back to net.
All right, Bill, will be with us, and yes, it is the submarine. Stand by here. I'll have it reread.
Hey,
for
this
you.
is the
Josh, would you reread us the trivia, please?
Here, Dustin, KE8VKA. Tonight's trivia question is, in July of 1945, the U.S. Navy submarine USS Cod conducted the only international sub-to-sub rescue in history. What was the affiliation of the rescued sub? Was it A, the Imperial Japanese Navy, B, the German Kriegsmarine, C, the Royal Netherlands Navy, or is it Delta, the Finnish Navy? In July of 1945, the U.S. Navy submarine USS Cod conducted the only international sub-to-sub rescue in history. What was the affiliation of the rescued sub? A, the Imperial Japanese Navy, B, the German Kriegsmarine, C, the Royal Netherlands Navy, or D, the Finnish Navy? Back to you there, Dustin. This is KE8VKA.
All right, KE8VKA, this is KD8EPC. Thanks so much there, Josh. Really appreciate you taking care of trivia tonight. We're going to go back over now to VE3WVJ. Bill, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Net Control. This is VE3WVJ, and thanks for reading the question out again. All right. So, by process of elimination, it's not A or B because around that time in the around 1945, those were our enemies. So I don't think we'd be helping our enemies in that point in time. But I'm going to say it's going to be either C or D, and I'm going to say if the United States never went to save the submarine, I think they'd be finished. I'm going to go with D. Victor Echo 3, Whiskey Victor Juliet.
All right there, Bill. We got you down for answer D tonight. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Beacon Net. We certainly do appreciate it, my friend. We'll say 73 to you for now and catch you down the log there real soon. Now we're going to go talk to KK6ULC. Mike over in Laughlin, Nevada. Go ahead.
I guess it's the Beacon's Net, right? Beacon Net. If I'm mistaken, I think you guys called yourself something different a while back. I'm not positive. Or was it always the Beacon Net? You can ask me when I'm done. On the submarine question, I think it's the Finnish Navy, but I'm not positive. Somebody guess. It's a good guess, I guess. D. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for calling me. This is KK6ULC, Mike in Laughlin, Nevada. Back to Net Control.
All right, KK6ULC. Well, Mike, thanks for joining us. We got you down for answer D, and it did used to have a different name, but it's a name that shall not be spoken. So it's the Beacon Net, and that's what it'll always be from here on out. So thanks again for joining us, my friend. You have a great evening, and we'll stay 73 and catch you down the log. Now we're going to go talk to VE3RSI. Robert, good evening. All right, let's try that again. VE3RSI. Robert, are you still with us? All right, nothing heard. Maybe we'll try that again in a minute, but we're going to go over to Whitehorse now and talk to VY1MGS. Michael, how are you?
VY1MGS returning. Michael in Whitehorse. Hey, thanks for taking my check-in. Thanks for being there. Hello, Dustin and Nick and everyone out there on the net. What an interesting question that is. I have no idea. A pixie from the land of the midnight sun. At this point in time, I'm starting to miss the darkness a little bit. It's hard to cue the bedtime. It's a beautiful day here. It's 21 degrees Charlie. That would be about 7 degrees Foxtrot. Blue skies. We're just barbecuing, making some food, waiting for Mom to come over. She's got some pre-appointment tomorrow morning, so we're helping facilitate. Oh, and it's her birthday tomorrow, so we got a little present for her. That's all I got for now. Thanks again for being there, doing, sharing. Y'all are great. Have a great rest of your day. I'll go back to reading the mail. Victor Yankee 1, Mike Golf Sierra. Back to Dustin.
All right, VY1MGS. Well, Michael, it's great to hear you, and we got you down for answer C. And I couldn't imagine it being light out still now. That's just wild to me, being out this time of night barbecuing and not having to drag some kind of light out there so you can see what the heck you're doing. So we always appreciate having you with us, my friend. It's always great to hear you, and hopefully we'll hear you again on the next one Sunday night. So we'll say 73 for now, and this is KD8EPC. I'm at the bottom of the list, and I'm looking for check-ins for the Beacon Net. Please call now. All right, well, it might be a little bit of a slow night there. I'll give one more call here for check-ins for the Beacon Net before we go talk to the net control team. Please call now.
Please check in. November Tango 8 Delta NT 8D Dave in Copley, Ohio.
With another question.
N8MKR will check in and out. Good evening.
W8WKY.
All right, we have NT8D Dave. I have N8MKR was in and out, and then I had a station with a question. Would that station with the question go ahead?
This is KK6ULC again. Now you got my peak here with a little left of it. You said that it's not, you're never supposed to say the name again. But I do have a question though. If you can, it's the knowledge whether it's right or not. Was it the Borealis net before? Because I know I haven't heard that one in a long, long time. KK6ULC.
Yes, that's affirmative. The name that shall not be spoken, but it's all but one. It's the same crew except for one person, and it's bigger and better than ever. So there you go. Thanks again for joining us, Mike. We really appreciate it, my friend, and we'll say 73 to you for now. Let's go talk to Dave, NT8D. I hear you're testing the boat tomorrow. Go ahead.
Oh, hello there, Dustin, and everybody on the Beacon Net. I usually don't get to stay up this late, but I just got home from my jam session down at Chili's Music Room. It was pretty good. We had a guest from Dallas, Fort Worth come in and play trombone with us. Man, the guy could swing, man. He had nice sound and really knew how to fit in well. And then the piano player's son was there, and he sat in and played drums with us. It's the first time he has ever played in a jam session. So he had to get over his stage fright and some nervousness there, but that was fun. And Meg got her papers yesterday. It's her official birthday, June 6th, 2023. And the plan, my morning appointment canceled tomorrow, and I have a completely clear day tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be water test number 1 down at the Old State Park, Portage Lakes, at the boat ramp there on Old State Park Road. Probably about 11 o'clock-ish. Probably going to give Nick a call and see if he might show up. But just putting the word out there if anybody wants to come out and either join or laugh and maybe take a boat ride. We'll see if all goes well. Very excited. It's a 3-year project there, Dustin. And when your boat is on land and sitting up on those stilts, it's called being on the hard. I've been on the hard for 3 years, man, and it's time to get wet. Can't wait. But nice to catch you on the Beacon Net. Nice to be able to check in. Thank you very much. And any locals around, catch me at Portage Lakes tomorrow morning. Back to you, K8 HCP, NT8D. Great net tonight. Glad I caught some of it.
All right, NT8D, this is KD8ETC. Congratulations on getting the boat ready to go there, Dave, and I hope it does float well. I may just have to make my way out there. It's my day off again tomorrow, so I may have to stop out and see if this thing floats. And I got to know, I trust your construction. It looks very sturdy, but do you have a good bilge pump just in case?
It's called a bucket. I actually have an electric little pump that I can use. I'll throw there eventually once I get it all set up. I ain't worried about it leaking there, Dustin. Not at all. I just hope that the water line lines up with the water. That's my test tomorrow. As long as the water line lines up with the water, I'll be proud. Figure we'll motor around the channels there on Portage Lakes and maybe hit one of those outside bars there or something like that. Stop by and celebrate. Welcome to join us. I've got plenty of life jackets. Back to net control, NT8D.
All right, NT8D. Well, congratulations on finally getting it in the water there. I'm sure you're just tickled to get it out there tomorrow, and I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on. I may try to swing out there and see what it's all about there. So we'll say 73 to you. Oh, before you go, Dave, did you hear our trivia question?
I caught what I think was the second reading, and I'm going to go with I think it was letter C, Charlie, the Nederlands. They seem to be pretty decent allies. I'll go with Netherlands.
All right. Thank you so much. We got you down for answer C there. And Dave, you have a great evening, and we'll talk to you there real soon. And congratulations again on the boat there. We'll say 73, and that brings me to the bottom of the list there. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net, and I'm looking for check-ins. Please call now.
GIY.
All right, DIY station. All I got was 0 DIY. Can you key for a couple of seconds and come again with your call?
November 0 GI. Quentin in Houston.
All right, N0 GIY. Quentin, good to have you with us. My logger got you. I must need to clean my ears out. How you doing this evening? Go ahead.
kind of crashed in through the Dewdrop Inn on Jesus, playing with Five I recently got. My wife is in Jerusalem for 2 weeks with her mother on a mother-daughter trip. Hey, the new one lined up on the 21st is when I start. So, got a lot of free time here to play with radios, check into nets, and I have an open spot for Pro coming in tomorrow. So I'm hoping that'll keep me busy. And I love listening to nets. I rarely check in because there's a lot of delay with digital. Heard a long pause there. Keep my nose in and see if I'm allowed to check in. N0GIY back to net control.
All right, N0GIY. Well, Quentin, it's great to have you with us this evening, and yeah, it's nice to have some time to play with radios. I don't know much about those open spots, but I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun, and we thank you for joining us here on the Beacon Net this evening. You're always more than welcome. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and we definitely know about the pause for digital stations and All-Star and Echolink. We try to make room for people there. Before you go, though, did you hear our trivia question this evening?
I'm sorry, I just tuned in and I was listening in about the boots. And it sounds expensive, but really fun.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to reread you the trivia question real quick and let you take a shot at it. K8VKA, Josh, would you reread us the trivia, please?
Sure thing, Dustin. KE8VKA. The trivia question for tonight is, in July of 1945, the U.S. Navy submarine USS Cod conducted the only international submarine-to-submarine rescue in history. What was the affiliation of the rescued sub? Alpha, the Imperial Japanese Navy. Bravo, the German Kriegsmarine. Charlie, the Royal Netherlands Navy. Delta, the Finnish Navy. KE8VKA, back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right, thanks so much there, Josh. We really appreciate you doing that trivia. This is KD8EPC. We're going to go back to N0GIY. Quentin, one more time there. You want to take a shot at that, my friend?
Sure, yeah. I'm really interested in history, and I would definitely have to go with, just based on statistics, the Germans have a lot of submarines, so I'm going to guess that there was a crew rescued. I find it very unlikely that, that close to the end of the war, that there were any Japanese submarines left, and the other countries don't have any. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident with Germany. Hoarding all of their U-boats and keeping those safe for the end of the war. And, there was lots of weird stuff with people helping out the others. There's just still humans down. I'll have to hang out to the end of the net now to hear the answer. N0GIY, out there and monitoring. 73.
All right. N0GIY. Well, Quentin, thanks so much for joining us. We certainly do appreciate it, my friend, and we'll talk to you again there real soon. Yeah, stick around and get the answer, and come back and join us when you can. We always have a real good trivia question there. All right, we're at the list. We're going to make one more call for check-ins before we go talk to the net control team. So stations waiting to check into the Beacon Net, please call now.
Kilo Charlie 8, Echo, Echo Yankee. Kilo Charlie 8, Echo, Echo Yankee. Dave from East Sparta.
All right, we picked up KC8EEY, Dave over in East Sparta. Good evening, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. Just got off doing a little bit of 10 metering and turned on the 2 meter and heard you guys in there, so I figured I'd just jump in there and add my call to the numbers. Back to the net.
All right, well, David, it's great to hear you out there tonight. Did you happen to hear our trivia question a second ago?
Yeah, and I have no idea. That's off the top of my head. Let's go with B, whatever B was.
All right there, David, we got you down for answer B. Thanks so much for joining us, my friend. We really do appreciate it. So we'll say 73 to you for now. And, you know, I haven't heard him yet, so I'm going to give him a call. WB8GKV. Ed, are you out there? All right, nothing heard. Let's go up and talk to the net control team, starting with KD8SLG, Just Nick, the master of pre-shows and logging and all that good stuff. How you doing?
KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Dustin and all of the Beacon netizens. Good to hear everybody out there tonight. Thanks for everybody who checked into the early show. A little chatty tonight. Didn't have too big of a list for you when we got started, but it's a quality list. And I would like to thank Eric real quick, KE8VZA, for throwing Colonel Cornwaldo Bean into the mix tonight so that I don't have to say Colonel Cornwaldo Bean. I'm going to go with C tonight. I think I actually know this one, so I'm going to go with the actual answer I believe. And that would be Charlie, the Netherlands guys. Okay, so all you barometer netizens, Saturday morning, I will be sitting in for Javen. So if you're up at that ungodly hour on Saturday morning, jump on there and say hi to me. It should be a good time for sure. Looking forward to maybe going out there and seeing Dave tomorrow and getting Meg in the water. That would be quite exciting. I'd like to be there for the opening of Meg being in the water. I've been following along with that now for going on years, and I'm excited for Dave. That's really cool stuff. We have 2 weeks and 3 sleeps until field day, everybody. It's going to be a fabulous time for everybody. Wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, it's going to be a good time. But if you're a member of the Sarah Club, it's definitely going to be a good time. And if you come out to the Sarah Club field day event, you're going to have a good time as well. I'm going to be there. Dustin's going to be there. KG4SCK is going to make sure we're safe. Oh, man, we're going to have a good time. Looking forward to it. That's all I got tonight. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right, KD8SLG, you know what? Put me down for Colonel Cornwaldo Bean this evening. That sounds like a good answer, Charlie. But, yeah, looking forward to field day. It should be a good time. And, yeah, I'll be there all night because Nick's going to lock me to a chair and throw a foot pedal down and off I go. So we'll say 73 to you for now, my friend, and looking forward to you running the big show on Sunday night. Let's go down to KE8QKO. Nick at night. Good evening.
KD8PC, KE8QKO. All right, Dustin, doing fine business tonight. Fine business. First, I'm going to start with my answer. I'm going to go with Alpha. Nobody's guessed it, and I like to think that seamen in the Navy, in the ocean, and the navies will support each other, and could do so even if they don't throw on opposite sides sometimes. So I'm going to go with Alpha. Yeah, so far it's been a pretty good week. Busy week, but slowed down significantly from right today. And, I made a brisket, man. I put this thing on at 11 o'clock last night, took it off at noon today, let it rest for a few hours. And when I opened opened it up and looked at it. It looked fantastic. I am super stoked at what this is going to taste like on Saturday. But I let it rest and come down to about 150 degrees, and then I vacuum sealed it and stuck it in the fridge. So I'm going to reheat it on Saturday for a family thing, and I think it's going to be awesome. It looks fantastic. It smells fantastic, and I'm super, super excited. I think it might actually be the best brisket I've ever cooked if I'm just looking at it, just by the outside appearance. So, pretty cool. But, yeah, sounds great. Now, here, tell us something about a field day. I don't know. That sounds like it might be kind of fun. Maybe Nick could give us more information about that. But, yeah, anyway, with that, sir, I will pass it back to you. This is K8QKO.
All right, K8QKO. I'm sure we can get Nick to give us some more info here at the end of the net after we talk to the rest of the net control team. I'm sure he'd be happy to, but it sounds like you should host a Beacon Net brisket party there. Sounds like a really good brisket, and there's nothing better than a smoked brisket to bring hams together. So there you go. You enjoy your family thing there Saturday, and we'll miss you Sunday, but we'll pick up your slack there, Nick. We'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch you down the log. AB8MO, no longer at Sandusky. Go ahead.
Now, how do you know? This is AB8MO. Yeah, I guess you don't hear the screaming kids in the background, and I'm sure you guys were probably hearing the music too. At least on Ray's go around, I was like underneath of the speaker. I was trying to shout over it. But anyway, it was a great time. I'm going to remember, one thing I'm going to remember about today, other than I got to spend some time with my 4- and 6-year-old niece, was apparently how much my 4-year-old niece enjoyed the tilt-a-whirl. She and I rode together. I tried not to spin it too much at first because I didn't want to scare her, but as soon as it spun a few times, she started giggling and laughing, so I just went at it. And she wanted to go again. So we did. We went twice, so she was thrilled with that. So had a wonderful time over at Cedar Point. Even though I only rode, I guess I technically rode a few of the kid coasters. I rode, the only big kid coaster I ended up riding before my brother's family got there was the Iron Dragon. Yeah, Dustin, I'd love to, we could go to the water park. I'm okay with that. I don't want to force you to ride a roller coaster. So, anyhow, good question there, Josh. Moving on to trivia. That is fascinating. I went to the USS Cod as a kid. My parents took me there, that museum ship. And I'd love to take another trip back, especially check out the radio room there. It has much more meaning now than I'm a ham. That was, I'm sure, well before I was an amateur radio operator. So with that, I'm trying to work some FT8 to stay awake here, guys. But I am thrilled with the performance of this battery bank. I've been using it for, I think I'm going on 3 hours, and it's just a little over 13 volts. And the voltage drop when I'm transmitting, at least at 20 watts, is only like not even a quarter of a volt. So these cells are remarkably robust, as I kind of expected. So as you can tell, you're hearing the sleep in my voice. So when that happens, just Nick, I make long transmissions. And I'll throw it back to you there, Sir Dustin. This is AB8MO.
All right there, Andy. You did make a long transmission. I almost dozed off there. Hi. I did, however, miss your trivia answer. Do you want to come that to me?
Well, at least I could put somebody to sleep here. You know what? I'm probably going to be wrong, but... Oh, Nick stole my thunder here. But I'll say A for Andy. How about that? So somebody's guaranteed to be right at this point. How about that? KD80PC, ABHMO.
All right, Andy, glad you had a good day today, my friend, and good to hear you out there tonight. We've got you down for A for Andy, and we'll say 73, get yourself some rest. K8QWE, Mike, take it away.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Hello there, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Really haven't been up to a whole lot today. I have a walkout basement here, and there's a couple steps you have to go up and down, and a lot of times I'm trying to wheel something heavy in and out of here, so I've been working on a ramp. I have it just about done. It's kind of like the sailboat. I'm not quite sure how well it will perform, but I will find out. It either is going to break in two or it's going to work great, but I will find out. Trivia. I think this is a fantastic question, and I'm going to go with C, just because I really don't know. But I do know there's one thing in maritime law, which probably doesn't apply to war. If a ship is in distress, that's the number one priority. You have total, complete right to go and help that ship. But I am going to go with C. So with that being said, everybody have a great night. I'm going to get some sleep. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KD8 EPC. See you, everybody.
All right there, Mike. Well, great to hear you out there, and we got you on for answer C, and I hope that works out for you, my friend. You'll have to let us know. We'll say 73. Have a great night. Now we'll catch you down the log. Let's go talk to Josh, K8VKA. What comments do you have for us this evening?
All right, K8VKA. Let's see, not too much, Dustin. Main highlights of the day. Work went a little long, but got to go on a walk with Lucy and Betty when I got home. So that was nice. Checked in on a local net while we were doing that, so that was nice. Andy going to Cedar Point, that sounds like a lot of fun. It reminded me while I was sitting here of the first time my brothers helped persuade me to get on a roller coaster. It was a long time ago. I was always afraid of heights. They would go on all the coasters. They finally convinced me to at least get in line for, I think it was a water ride. It just went up and down. Snake River Falls, that's what it was. And I got to the end of the line, was going to sit down. I did sit down, and I changed my mind. I was about to get out, and they slammed the lock bar down on me, and I couldn't get out. So that was my first bigger ride. So that was interesting. But ridden all the rides at Cedar Point, all the coasters now, unless there's a new one. So got over that, and that was a lot of fun. The weekend was fun. Took my brother and sister-in-law with my father-in-law to Monster Jam, the Monster Truck Rally in Cleveland at First Energy Stadium, and they didn't know that was happening. And so when they walked in, it was their jaws hit the floor. So that was really cool to see. So, but anyways, yeah, I'll send it back to you there, Dustin, and I'll talk to you again in a minute here when we get the answer to the trivia. This is KD8VKA, back to KD8ETC. 7-3s, everyone.
All right there, Josh. Well, thanks so much for joining us. It sounds like you've been having lots of fun, and that Monster Jam is something else for sure. So, yeah, we'll be back up to you here shortly for the answer to the trivia, and it seems like you had a real good one there. Everybody's really enjoyed it. So, with that, I have KL7FR there on the list. Are there any other check-ins? Please call now.
Alpha 8, X-ray November.
KF0 MWC, Kilo Foxtrot 0, Mike Whiskey Charlie, Bob and Casson, back to you.
right, we picked up several there. I have KL7FR Alaska Mike. I have AA8XN William, and I have KF0MWC Robert. Let's start with KL7FR Mike. How are you?
Well, hello, Dustin, and hello to everyone on the Beaconnet. Here is KL7FR in Willow, Alaska, where it's in the mid-50s and kind of cloudy, kind of dreary. It ain't really summer yet, but at least winter is pretty much gone. I still see a few patches of snow here and there, but I'm just waiting for summer to show up. And I missed the first half of the net. I apologize, but I just got in here and realized that the beacon net was going, so I'm glad to get in here. There was something else I was going to say. No, I forgot. Doggone it. Anyway, I missed the trivia question, and for the regular trivia question, I will just say S, Sierra, for Sasquatch, and for Alan's alternative trivia question, if he has anything, I'll say F for F and anything else but the answers listed, not even none of the above. Sorry about that. I have no clue on the trivia. Anyway, glad to get in here tonight. I like the Beaconette. I've been awful busy lately, but good to get in here and say hi to my friends there in Ohio and parts elsewhere, and Oklahoma. Got a shout out to the Okies. I know there's always Okies on the Beaconette, so glad to get in here. Hope everybody's doing well, and don't breathe too much of that smoky air if you're getting smoked out. I hear it's pretty smoky down there. That happens up here. Some years it's terrible, other years very little effect, but we deal with wildfires on a regular basis. I just hope everybody's doing well, and I'll say 7-3 to the Beacon Net. KL7 Frozen Radio, back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right, well, Mike, it's great to have you with us tonight, and we really enjoy you checking in. We missed you for a while there, and we're glad you came back. We got you down for S for Sasquatch tonight, so we'll say 73 to you for now. Great to hear you, and come back Sunday night. Just Nick is going to be running the big show, and I'll be doing the pre-show, so you get to come talk to him. So we'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch you down the log. And that brings me down to AA8XN. William, good evening.
Hello, this is AA8XN, Greg in West Akron. I just wanted to test out this radio, which I haven't used for a while. I plan to use it this weekend. I just wanted to make sure it was still hanging in there.
All right there. Well, it's sounding really good. You're full quieting into the radio. No complaints at all. What radio are you running there?
It's an ICOM IC2730.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good little dual-band radio. I know several people who have one. So, yeah, it's definitely working there. Did you hear our trivia question this evening?
Yeah, I did. I just heard the last iteration of it. I'm just going to guess the Dutch submarine. I'm not sure, but that sounds plausible.
All right, we got your answer down there. We really appreciate you joining us tonight here on the Beacon Net. Like I said, your radio is sounding really good, so it should work out for you. So we'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's see, we have KF0MWC. Robert, how are you?
Hello all, KF0MWC. I'm doing well here in Casson. Had a fun day of work and relaxation afterwards. Played a little Diablo 4, uploaded to my YouTube and my Geek Feng Shui. So I'm having fun with that bucket list of becoming a streamer at my age. And I'm patiently waiting for my vanity call sign to arrive in about 11 days. We'll see which of the 25 that they'll give me. It's going to be an interesting. And then I'm going to try and take my general next month to get going. But I'm really enjoying this channel. That's the right term. And all the people and stories and everything. I did not hear the trivia, so I'm going to guess B, and the next one's going to be C as in Charlie. But I don't know what the questions are. I'm late, so I don't want. You don't need to repeat everything. That was a joke on being late to a test. So I always pick B and C. But 73 to everybody, and back to you.
All right there, my friend. Well, thanks so much for joining us this evening. We certainly do appreciate it. And yeah, the net's running a little longer than usual. We're usually done in just about an hour, but everybody's got something good to say tonight, so there you go. We got you on for answer B. We'll say 73 for now, and we'll catch you down the log. All right, this is KD80PC. This is the last call for check-ins before we go get trivia. Please call now.
AB8MO reject.
All right, AB8MO recheck. Go ahead in just a second. But Andy, we'll go out to Cedar Point sometime this summer. But last time I was there, I got stuck at the top of a roller coaster, and it was no bueno. They tried to get me to walk down. I told them they better fix it because I ain't walking nowhere. So that's my story. But I did used to like the when I was a kid. I used to like the ride where you're like strapped to a cylinder and it started to spin and the floor dropped out of it. That was my favorite ride. So with that, go ahead, Andy.
Oh my gosh! Like you go inside. I don't know. My brother likes the Roundup. I don't know what he was smoking, but yeah. I want to help you get over that trauma. I just want to answer Nick's like pre-trivia, pre-net trivia. He threw it out once. You know, what is Nick drinking today or something? And the Colonel Cornwall, the bean beverage. I don't know, something like that. And I'm going to go with Ensure, just because it's like the an old fart beverage. At least that's what comes to mind to me. So I'm going to go with Ensure. Back to you there, Dustin, AB8MO.
All right, there you go, Andy. I think that was a joke question, but Nick will write it down on his notepad or whatnot there. So thanks for joining us again, my friend. We'll say 73T, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's go back up to Josh now, K8VKA. Go ahead and give us the answer, Josh.
All right, Dustin, K8VKA here. One more time, in July of 1945, the U.S. Navy submarine USS Cod conducted the only international sub-to-sub rescue in history. What was the affiliation of the rescued sub? A, the Imperial Japanese Navy, B, the German Kriegsmarine, C, the Royal Netherlands Navy, or D, the Finnish Navy? The answer is Charlie, the Royal Netherlands Navy. A little background. On July 8, 1945, the USS Cod's radio room received a message informing them that the Dutch submarine O-19 had run aground on Lad Reef, more than 200 miles from the Cod's position. Upon arriving at the location of the stranded Dutch sub, O-19 signaled the Cod, requesting that they attempt to tow them off the reef at dawn. The captain of O-19, having not lost his sense of humor, signaled the message, "We will certainly be here." After several failed attempts to free the Dutch sub, which included rapidly firing the 88mm deck gun in an attempt to jar the vessel from the reef as the Cod pulled, the decision was made to scuttle the ship and drop off the 56 crew members in the Philippines. The Cod then proceeded to continue her 7th patrol, but returned to the Philippines nearly a month later, on the 13th of August, 1945. Upon returning, the crew of O-19 was waiting to throw a party for their rescuers, and during that celebration, the two crews learned of the Japanese surrender and the end of World War II. To symbolize that moment, another symbol was added to the Cod's battle flag, the name O-19 under a martini's glass. This is KE8VKA. Back to the net in 7-3s, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
All right, Josh, thank you so much for the wonderful trivia question. You did a great job there, and I think everybody else can agree with me when I say we're looking forward to working with you more and getting plenty of more wonderful trivia questions. So we'll say 73 to you for now, my friend. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, this is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net, and this is the last and final call for check-ins. Please call now.
Kilo November 4 Alpha Whiskey KN4AW.
I want to do a recheck just to see if I'm being heard. KSFQB.
Heard.
I'll do a
All right, I got a KN4AW Frank, KC8FQB Mark. I can hear you, so you're in there. And do I have any other check-ins? Please call now. All right, nothing heard. KN4AW Frank, up in Brunswick, just north of me. How are you?
Fantastic, Justin. We're on a new radio. It's more data-based than my older radio, but you push enough buttons, you figure it out. And I've been on 2 submarines, the Drum and the Red Quinn. The Drum is in Alabama, and the Red Quinn used to be in Tampa, where I used to live, and now it's up in Pittsburgh. And I have not been on the Cod yet, but that's on the bucket list. And I also sailed on the Armco, which is a 647-foot lake freighter. And the sister ship to the Armco was the Edmund Fitzgerald. So have a little bit of shipping in my life. But anyway, I've been reading the mail here for quite a while. And wonderful Beacon Net. 7-3s to all. KN4AW. Back to net control. Good evening, Justin.
W8WKY.
All right. Well, Frank, thanks for joining us this evening. We certainly do appreciate it. And yeah, the Cod's definitely something to see. It's up there docked in Cleveland, and they have special events where you can tour it all the time. And I think you can go look at it any time, but I don't know that you can go on board. But definitely something to take a look at. And thanks so much for joining us tonight. You're number 38 on the list there. So come back and visit us. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. And before you go, you got to tell me what kind of radio did you get?
I've always been a Kenwood dual band fan, and for HF I've always been ICOM, but I defected. I went to FTM 400 DXR Yaesu, and I'm really happy with it. And once you figure it out, it's very easy to use. And I have the RT systems programming. That helps out, but it is easy to program once you figure it out. It's very menu-driven, so once you figure out the menus and where they are and how to push the buttons, it's really a nice radio, and it's cool color. The screen is fantastic.
You know what, Frank? That's funny. I just bought a second-hand FTM 400 down at Dayton, so that's my new investment sitting here on the bench. I've played with it a little bit, but I'm still kind of learning how it works, so that's great. So, man, that's a great radio. You'll definitely enjoy it, and maybe we'll have to try to do some simplex sometime. I've done some C4FM simplex. That's pretty interesting.
Well, the one thing is you got to remember that the button that's on the left-hand side in between the 2 volume knobs, that changes all your data modes. So if you get out of somewhere and you don't know how to get back, the button on the left-hand side in between the 2 controls, that gets you back to where you want to be. That took me a while. You know, like my dad said, if all else fails, read the instructions.
Well, there you go. And you know what I say? I just call my partner in crime, Just Nick. He owns a bunch of Yaesus, so he knows exactly how they work. So with that, Frank, we'll say 73 to you. Enjoy that new radio. I know I'm enjoying mine. So we'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch you down the log. And this is the last call, so I'm going to break for time here. And on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association and myself, KD8SLG, K8QKO, AB8ML, K8QWE, and K8VKA, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net Sunday night, where I will be doing the pre-show, and Just Nick, KD8SLG, will be doing the big show. And that's every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. here on the W8WKY 14739, PL tone 114.8. All-Star node 48496 and Echo Link W8WKY-R. Also, don't forget to check out the Barometer Net every morning at 7 a.m. except for Sunday, also here on the W8WKY repeater. And don't forget to visit our friends over on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on All-Star node 49562 and Echo Link N5XQK-R. This is KD8EPC. I'm returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time and will be clear. 73, y'all.
Yeah, Chef Q, just want to see if I'm being heard now. Put a headset on. Single ear communication set. KSFQV, am I being heard?
KC8FQV, KD8SLG. Yeah, Dustin acknowledged that you were being heard there last time you asked there, Mark. KD8SLG.
Yeah, I pushed the button and I got disconnected, so that's what happened. So I might have not heard them. I got this over that. This one, this was everything surplus. Yeah, this one was everything surplus I got. I think it was that one. I think it was that there. I got it, and the Wayne County after. So either was that one or was the dollar or next to it. I think this one was the one over into everything surplus. So hey, I think for coming back. I think no, it might have been everything $1. So it might have been $2 one. Now I can't recall. I bought so many things over there on my trip back. Hey, KSF, give you a thing. We'll catch you, another net somewhere where we quite frequently wind up together. KSF TV.
KC8FQV, KD8SLG. We can't miss each other there, Mark. You have a good night there, buddy. Get some sleep. KD8SLG, I'm clear.
Yeah, thank you, KCFQV, and I gotta go to sleep. It's been too long of a day. KCFQV.
K8VKA, Josh, are you still connected? This is AB8MO.
SLG, this is KI5TAQ.
KI5TAQ, Tim, hang on for a second there. AB8MO is looking for K8VKA. I think Josh just disconnected there, AB8MO. I'm not seeing Andy, I'm not seeing him on the he just reconnected on Echo Link. Taco Tim, hang on for a second. AB8MO is looking for K8VKA.
K8VKA here, AB8MO. Sorry, I was switching applications.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, want to switch up the 015 here? Let the looking free up this for Peter. I just had a question to ask you. This is AB NMO.
Sounds good. See you over there in a second. I may have to plug an antenna in. Give me 30 seconds. KE8VKA, clear, and 7-3s, everybody.
All right, yeah. All right, catch you over. Thanks, Nick, for clearing the airwaves for me here. Good night, all. AB NMO, jumping to 0 and 5. Good night.
AB NMO, K8VKA, QSY to 015, KD8SLG, KI5TAQ. What's up, Taco Tim?
I'm just making my way to the QTH. I just wonder, has the smoke from those fires in Canada affecting you guys?
We had a couple of days where the sky was sort of an off orange beige kind of color. Today there was something of a air quality alert for those with compromised breathing comorbidities. Ugh, that's a horrible phrase. I picked that up during COVID. You know what I mean. So it's not so bad here now. I do have a friend who lives in Brooklyn in New York City. He sent me photos where he had taken photos from the same place on what would have been a normal day and what was today. And you could barely see the New York skyline from across the river. And everything just sort of had some sort of post-apocalyptic haze over top of it.
W8WKY.
Okay, that sounds about right. Because right now down here in Oklahoma, it's not. I've been hearing some air quality alerts going off on my one of my devices at home, and been kind of. I'm not feeling any effects of it, but we know that they're there, and I was just curious.
KN4AW asking permission for a break.
KN4AW, KDSLG, go ahead.
Roger, I'm in Brunswick, Ohio, and right now the air quality index on my Davis weather station is 162, and at 1 p.m., let's see, it was 84, so it's really spiking now, and it should be sunny here, but it's like overcast, so it's very heavy here. I mean, it's nothing like what's happening up in New York. That's unbelievable, but for us, this is really heavy. Usually our air quality index is quite low, so anyway, 7-3 stall, KN4AW, and, stay inside.
KN4AW. Thank you for some quantitative numbers there. You have a great night there, sir. And Brunswick's not all that far away from me. Good talking to you. Thanks for checking into the net tonight. Going to clear there and go back to KI4, KI5TAQ. Taco Tim, there you go. There's some numbers for you. I got to get off here, Tim. I've been sitting in the same chair for about 2 hours now, so it's time for me to peel my butt out of here.
KA2APD New York, comment.
Go ahead, comment. This is W2JLS, the gentleman with a comment in New York. Where are you calling in from? And please go ahead with your comment.
W2JLS, KD at SLG. They're just holding the channel open there on the 2 drop in.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you guys dropped that link or something, and that gentleman wasn't able to feed back. I would have been curious to get his perspective. My family fed back today. It is a shit show up there. Excuse the language. It's bad. In some parts, much worse than others. But would have been curious to hear what he had to say and where he was.
All right there, John. Well, they're still holding the channel open, so I'm going to dump them because, well, they're problematic, and then I'm going to get out of the chair here. So, KI5, TAQ, W2JLS. Guys, I'm going to step off for a minute. KD at SLG, clear.
W8WKY.